What's good, everybody? That's right. Friday, February 6th, 2025. Friday, February 6th, 2025. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Like I always tell you, could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Hope you guys are having a fantastic morning today. I know I am. I woke up good this morning, had a nice stretch up for morning yawn, and did my little push-ups, my little 200 pack. I owe 200, so I got my 400 done for the day, and I'm feeling good. But y'all know what we got to do. We got to wake it up. Uh, oh, yeah, this is how I wake it up. This is how I wake it up sometimes. I got to wake it up, and then I shake it off. Woo. Oh, woo. Let's go, y'all. How y'all doing today? Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning under the sound of my voice. Let's get the board right. Almost got it right this morning. Almost got it right. Sometimes we throw it off a little bit, but it's cool. It's acceptable. But we got it now. Hope everybody's doing good. Like I said, I hope everybody's had a good night. All my people that this is your last day of the week, Friday, February 6th. That means y'all off for the weekend. That means y'all got a couple of days off, and that means y'all gonna be able to fall back. But y'all already know if it's 6 o'clock in the morning, it's the bottom line, and we here. That's what we doing right now, y'all. That is what we doing. So if everybody is ready, I can go ahead and get to that board because I know y'all can see it behind me, and you probably already saw the thumbnail anyway. What we got going on today is we got Will Trump End Congestion Pricing. As you already know, in the state of New York, they have implemented congestive pricing, which means that if you're going below 60th Street, you're going to have to pay $9. Many people already got their pockets inside out and wondering where they're going to get money from already. So when you implement more situations that we're going to have to pay more money, it's just another bad bite at the apple. Then we got under that when we got Trump demands what of Putin to get out of Ukraine. President Trump was recently doing an interview. He was actually doing an interview and having a speech going on where one of the reporters asked him simply, what is your requirement in order for Vladimir Putin to get out of Ukraine? He answered, we have the information here. We're going to get into that. Then we also got increased security in New Orleans ahead of the upcoming Super Bowl. As we know, Super Bowl's coming. What do you guys think? Are y'all going? Who you going for, as a matter of fact? Who you going for in this year's Super Bowl, if you're going for anybody? Let me know that in the comments. Also, we got the last but not the least story that we really had to put on the board today, because this is like Chicago's really showing themselves this week, y'all. I mean, when it comes down to hustling, y'all right next to New York, so I got to give y'all props. We got a $4 million worth of stolen Nike and New Balance recovered in Chicago. That's right, $4 million worth of stolen Nike apparel that was recovered in Chicago. And last but not least, you guys see her over there. She's trying to get attention. She has to pop out and do her thing. That's the way that she is. We're talking about no other than the leader of the big top, Kathy Jokel Hochul. As you can see here, she's flashing out. And like I said, the queen of the big top, trying to stay in the president's ear in order to get him to continue with this ridiculous congestive pricing that I don't agree with. And I hope you guys don't agree with. And like I said, we got to continue to keep pushing back, because once we stop, it's going to seem like, oh, they gave in. Oh, look at the numbers and what it's doing. We don't care about your numbers. We said that we didn't want it from the jump. You forced it down our throats. Get it out of here. That's what we're going into today, you guys. So again, hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. Who we got up in here? Joe Mateo. What's popping, y'all? How y'all doing out there? Let's get into some of these titles out here. Let's actually pop into this one right here, where Mayor Adams is facing scrutiny over his DC trip. He said that he was sick, but all of a sudden you're not sick. So he decided, instead of, staying here and doing what he has to do to try to fight this immigrant situation, plus he's supposed to be sick, why are you traveling to DC? He said it was for spiritual reasons. We understand that. Maybe you're sick and you want to pray. You feel like you need some healing hands, some extra, guarded prayers to help you along with your condition. I could understand that. But let's see what everybody else is talking about, because everyone else has a different sort of opinion when it comes down to the effect that he's going places that Trump just happens to be at, and the next thing you know, they're meeting up ever since he's been indicted. And we've got the situation where Trump wants to make New York unsanctified. Once he does that, it's open city, baby.
Adams making a last-minute trip to D.C. today as he continues to face questions about his health.
Fox Eye's Morgan McKay joins us live from Jamaica, Queens. And Morgan, the mayor talked to you at an event there this afternoon.
Yeah, Steve, Natasha. So Mayor Eric Adams just getting back to the city after attending a national prayer breakfast in Washington, D.C. There were actually two. One was at the Capitol and the other was at the Washington Hilton. That's the one that Adams attended. President Donald Trump spoke at both. But this last-minute trip is just another example of some of the mixed messaging coming from Adams' team. Now, today, he was here at a jobs event in Queens, and his team said that reporters could only ask on-topic questions. So here's what I asked. Speaking of jobs, I'm just wondering if you spoke about jobs or anything else with President Donald Trump going to DC or anyone else going to DC.
We're going to stick to questions.
Yeah, I was there to pray. Great 2,000, couple of thousand people there to pray. I don't know, everyone may not feel like I do, but prayer works.
We're going to call that an easy answer. Yeah, that's called the political answer. The one that's going to not get you in trouble, not let nobody be able to judge you. Like when I'd be like, hey, how y'all doing? Hope everybody having a fantastic day. How are you going to get mad at me for saying fantastic or hoping good things on you? I know the game, man. I know the game. Y'all got to see through it. It's political games that they play on television and for screen. And also, I could tell the way that he delivered that he was being sarcastic under his comment. I saw it. I don't know if y'all did.
Although we tried to ask, it's unclear who Adams spoke with while in D.C., but this picture was posted on Instagram by Pastor Mark Burns, who says that he hosted Adams at the prayer breakfast. Burns, who also hosted Adams for the inauguration, has come under fire in the past for lying about his educational background and his military experience, and for his anti-LGBTQ rhetoric. But this trip comes almost 1 week after Adams' lawyers met with Justice Department officials in D.C., reportedly to
Why is there always someone sketchy that has to do with the situation when you're going somewhere? Why can't it be, hey, I sat down and I was with my mom and we talked and this happened and that's that? Why can't it be something like that? But no, all of a sudden, right out, the person that he sat with has this going on, that going on. That's like those commercials when they say, hey, if you take this, it's going to make you feel better. Your head won't hurt no more, but your thumb's going to fall off. You're going to fart for 72 hours straight and you won't be able to, see for a week. It just doesn't make sense. That's why I call New York City Gotham City, especially with all of the different characters and the situations that they're in. If you really think about it, have we ever had a mayor that was indicted? Have we ever had all of this stuff going on where everybody in the administration is getting locked up and arrested? All of this behind the scenes stuff is happening. And then in Chicago, you got things like clothing being hidden and stuff like that. It's like everywhere in certain offices, there's always some sort of corruption. Remember the saying, y'all, and I got it from Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. Because when you get the power, it's up to you to be responsible with it. But a lot of our politicians are using their power for like personal gain. If you can see, like I told you, a lot of our politicians, they get into office in a small scale and they're broke. By the time they get into a higher level of political gain and their stature, they're millionaires. I don't know how they're doing that off $100,000, $100 and maybe $200,000 salary, if that at max. Y'all tell me.
breakfast. Burns, who also hosted Adams for the inauguration, has come under fire in the past for lying about his educational background and his military experience, and for his anti-LGBTQ rhetoric. But this trip comes almost 1 week after Adams' lawyers met with Justice Department officials in D.C., reportedly to discuss dropping his criminal corruption charges. Adams was out of the public eye almost all week last week, undergoing testing, but refused for days to give Justice Department officials in D.C., reportedly to discuss dropping his criminal corruption charges. Adams was out of the public eye almost all week last week, undergoing testing, but
Dropping his criminal corruption charges. I don't know if y'all heard that. It's going fast on purpose. But that's another thing that they're talking about. Like, you say you're going there for prayer, but you sitting down like, yo, I'm saying, you're going to talk to your man. Y'all got me? You're going to make sure I'm good, right? You're going to make sure, right?
with Justice Department officials in D.C., reportedly to discuss dropping his criminal corruption charges. Adams was out of the public eye almost all week last week, undergoing testing, but refused for days to give any further details. Then, yesterday, Adams said his absence was because he had a colonoscopy and he was placed under anesthesia. But his team had to later clarify that the colonoscopy was actually early January, and last week, Adams was getting an MRI and blood work. While it might not necessarily matter when this procedure happened, the secrecy and changing narratives from the Adams administration has riled up many of Adams' critics. Although Trump didn't mention Adams during his pro-breakfast speech, he did have something to say about pardons.
They're so clean now. You know, those pardons, you're so clean.
Now, Adams left this event today here in Queens without taking any more questions about his trip. Reporting live from Morgan.
Yeah. Of course, you're not going to say nothing. You're going to keep the words low. Everybody's bargaining right now, and they have to bargain with what they have. And that's why a lot of things really don't happen for the citizens and for the countries. A lot of times you see some weird thing happen. You're like, why did that happen? This person wanted it to happen. They had the moves and the strategy to get it to happen. Right now, he's got the strategy to make it happen. He's got the funding. If they want the funding to continue coming to New York, they have to open up the city for now non sanctuary anymore. That's what the new law is going to be. So if you guys want funding from the Fed, you guys take that sanctuary city crap out of here. And that means automatic access to any illegal immigrants that have been locked up. We coming straight for them. Y'all got to report it. And if you don't, you got a problem. Not only that, the vetting that they're doing is ridiculous. They're not even playing with this. I thought it was just like on a small scale, but they were just like, you know, you guys got to be a certain way. No. They're making sure that all the stuff in the schools with the LGBTQ stuff is in there. They taking everything of all that craziness that was in the last administration that we didn't approve of. It's all in there if you want this money. They got to sign this, you get the money, and we're going to make sure that y'all living by what y'all signed up on. Let's keep it going right now, because on another issue, this is another reason, and it's all mixed together. Think about this. The MTA, the train stations, if they're asking the state for money, where's the state getting money from? The state is getting money from the Fed. So now, again, who's in charge? Again, so if she wants to keep on getting money, she got to play ball. That's why we got to stay on him to shut this down. We got to be the ones to do it. Emails, join Truth Social. I'm serious. We got to make our voice heard, act like it was yesterday when they put congestion pricing in. Go bananas. Don't even play around, because they're going to keep on taking your money. And as long as you're comfortable with it, they're going to take that. Hey, we got them for that. Let's get some more. Let's get some more. Let's get some more. How much further you going to let them get into your pocket until you start clamping down and telling them, no, that's it. Real talk. But now the MTA, Mass Transit Association, they want $33 billion over budget, saying that it doesn't really have too much to do with people hopping the train and not paying their fare and the congestive pricing situation, but they need $33 billion, please. So not only are we going to be asking you guys to put up this situation where we want you to let us do the congestion pricing, can we get $33 billion too? Why I oughta? Why I oughta? We should all tell them why I oughta. Let me see what you're going to do with that congestive pricing money first, and then we're going to see about all this other crap, because we're not going for it. And here we go.
1.2 million fewer cars in the congestion pricing zone between January 5th and the end of last month. And what?
Fewer cars. I want you guys to understand something. The whole purpose was not for there to be fewer cars. The purpose of congestive pricing was, hey, let's get money from those cars. But now, guess what people are doing? We taking the train, we walking past that area. Y'all not getting no snaps on the petrol. So now, guess what? It's kicking them in the butt. So that's why they need that $33 billion, because we not paying it. And that's how you do it. Watch this. I'm going back to the top because I want y'all to see what I'm talking about. It's very important we get this information out. Check it out.
EPA now says there were 1.2 million fewer cars in the congestion pricing zone between January 5th and the end of last month. And while we see fewer cars, yes, it says more people are still going into the zone using public transportation or walking.
The MTA, as we know, desperately needs the money from the $9 toll to drive below 60th Street.
They desperately need the money from the $9 toll. That's like saying, y'all ready for this? That's like saying y'all got to pay $1 to come in your building every day, even though you pay rent. Real talk. You come past this area, I need $1. That's just basically like one of those renegade trolls that they make in a third world country. And they're like, you got to pay it. If you don't pay it, no pass, no pass. It's kind of crazy. Let me knock this out real quick while we're on topic and we got enough decent amount of people in here. What I want to do is ask you guys to double tap that screen. Double tap the screen and let me know that you like the content that we got going on. Let me know what you guys think about this congestive pricing crap. Are you okay with it? Paying $9 to just come into the city? Like I said the other day, the restaurants are saying we losing so much money. We're telling people that we'll pay the $9 so that they can come in a $10 restaurant and eat here. Is that crazy? Let's get into it a little more, y'all. This is real happening right now, and they're still in your pocket. They want more. After this, they're going to ask for more. I'm telling you.
In Manhattan, but there are concerns about what happens if the Trump administration finds a way to end congestion pricing.
Lots to unravel here. I would assume reporter NJ Burke live in Midtown with our lead story tonight. Newt.
Yeah, right, Bill, just inside a congestion zone here at Columbus Circle, but pretty much wherever you go, the impact is obvious. Well, tonight, the MTA chairman says he's optimistic about the future of all of this, but his agency could find itself in a tough spot. After 1 month, traffic is moving faster through Midtown, downtown, crosstown, and through the tunnels. According to the MTA, traffic in Manhattan south of 60th Street was down by 1.2 million vehicles in January. The MTA is depending on the new tolls to raise $15 billion to maintain and upgrade the transit system. But it's not enough. And
so if they raise that $15 billion, are they going to get rid of the tolls? No. Are they going to say, you know what, we're going to get rid of the congestive pricing now because we got that $15 billion we need? No. They're going to stay in your pocket. We don't want to hear all that. Get that out of here. No. Nothing. Get it up out of here. $9 to go downtown.
MTA Chairman Janno Lieber urged state lawmakers to find at least another $33 billion for the agency's upcoming capital plan.
We had a $55 billion capital program. It's expiring. It's not a secret. And it is a little bit of a mystery to me that every time the MTA capital program comes up, we treat it like, oh my God, they need a bailout.
Lawmakers grilled Lieber on whether the MTA was doing enough to fight fare evasion and toll evasion, which is costing the agency hundreds of millions of dollars a year alone.
That's your money right there. How about create an agency within the agency? You use some of the money that you got to really go after them and stop depending on the precinct so much. Go after the money that people already owe you. Go knock on the doors of the people that already owe you bread. Right or wrong? Why are you worrying about everybody else? For real. Let's go over here. Let's get up here. Let's see what we got going on right here. Joe, Bugatti, do you do the show on the weekends? I do it every day, bro. Every day we do the show. What's up with the Oklahoma City is here. Oklahoma, what's up, OKC? Rena Love, good morning. Kerry Johnson, this is some good info. Hit the like button, please. I hope y'all do. Definitely do that. Funny how you're not mad about the billionaires taking care of your money, but you're deeply not into what the whatever. Brittany said, good morning. Brittany, good morning. Hit the like button, y'all. Victoria Spencer, all heart. All he had to do was to tax the rich. You tax the rich, then they're going to come down on us even harder from their level on our jobs and situations like that, not give us raises and things of that nature. They'll find a way to hide the taxes and they'll slide them onto us, Victoria. Yeah. Brittany said Victoria did so many loopholes. I just saw. All right, y'all. Not too much in between banter. We gonna rock with each other. And I gotta tell y'all this at this point. A couple of things too. The Diddy jokes and stuff like that. We have bots on that now. So be careful. It throws the show off. It was funny at one point, but now it's not. So now if you do that Diddy stuff, it automatically blocks you. Sorry, we have to go there. I had to learn and be smart about what I'm doing here because we can't throw the show off. We got to keep on moving in a positive manner. And once you go off of the topics, it hurts the show. So I want to make sure that we know that. Jokes about Diddy, Kanye West, things like that you're joking on me with, because that is nothing but direct stuff to try to play games. And if you're trying to do that, it's going to directly get you out of here. Also, I had a person come on in the messages yesterday and ask me to put them back in. I had to learn how to do that. We may make it a point where you have to pay in order to get back on the show. It has to be what it has to be because this is some serious situations that we have going on here. And if you guys don't take it serious, kick a rock for a block, and it's always another show, and God bless you. Let's keep it moving.
We are fighting back on fare evasion. And, you know, I'm sick of people acting like the MTA is somehow letting money pour out. That is not the game we're playing.
But there are added concerns that New York could lose federal transit funding if it does not assist in mass deportations. And the MTA can't even count on...
You saw that? You saw that, right? Boom. That's how you strategize. And that's what Trump is doing. So in other areas, don't try to act like he's not strategizing. I'm not defending President Trump. I'm defending the tactics and the business manners that a lot of people don't understand. And the reason that you don't understand it is why you're not a billionaire. You're still thinking that you're going to be able to think like a billionaire. If you thought like him, you would have been the president twice. You would have lost all your money a couple of times and been a billionaire again. Do you really get what I'm saying right here? I understand your gripes with this person, but economically, we actually have the right person in there doing their thing. There's some areas that we don't agree with, even I. There's no way you're going to agree with everything that a man is doing. But at the end of the day, stop trying to figure out why and this and that. You're not a billionaire. Simple question, just basic 1 + 1 is 2. If you would have known the same things that Donald Trump has known, you wouldn't even be on this live right now. So you're questioning billionaire business tactics that you don't understand.
Congestion pricing tolls because President Trump is critical of the plan. Governor Kathy Hochul sounded tentative when interviewed on morning television.
I have to
Wait a minute. Hochul. This is the only time we're going to get a chance to premiere the Hochul governor of New York State, the person that got here because Cuomo was pushed out, not because she was voted in. We can't even say certain things because people are going to say, oh, he's beating up on a lady and this and that and da-da-da. But if the shoe fits, wear it. Remember INDEPENDE. We know what that means. Be independent. And if the shoe fits, kick her in the butt with it because she don't know what she's doing. And if we don't keep on pushing back, there's going to be another tax, another toll, and another thing for y'all to pay. Real talk. And then other cities is going to follow suit. Hey, look at what New York is doing. It's working. Y'all don't know how that happens? They start to mimic each other. So don't think that if you're in another state or whatever like that, it ain't coming. If they say that this crap works.
be able to convince him, and I'll do my best.
A recent survey found that among those who
Like
buy,
I said,
if it does
she
not...
don't never get that much playtime anywhere. I'm gonna even slow it down. This is very important. In the same way a lot of people do not appreciate President Trump, I think with the same heartfelt energy I feel about this person. I'm serious, not because she's a woman. I just think that we have the wrong governor.
Pricing tolls because President Trump is critical of the plan. Governor Kathy Hochul sounded tentative when interviewed on morning television.
I have to be able to convince him, and I'll do my best.
A recent survey...
I have to be able to convince him and I do my best. I have to be able to convince him and I do my best. Yeah, whatever. No. Emails, join Truth Social, do whatever you got to do. Keep making noise. We don't want no more congestive pricing. Get that up out of here. $33 billion. I ain't say million. They just put the $9 toll in, and now they asking for $33 billion. Let me ask you a question. Where they getting that money from? State taxes, right? Who pays state taxes? How you doing? So they're going to take the 9 over here, then they're going to rock out for another $33 billion. Coastal Hayes said, feel sorry for you. Yeah, I'm 10 steps ahead. Joe DeMello, get that. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Now, y'all know what's going on in New Orleans? Y'all know what's going on. I'm not talking about the fact that Lil Wayne is not performing at the Super Bowl and Kendrick Lamar is with that bounce music that people everywhere don't dance to. I swear, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, and y'all might beat me up for this. I live in New York City. I don't hear that song at all. That Not Like Us song, I don't hear it at all. It's just so hyped up over the internet. And when people put their foot on somebody's neck and they decide to cancel, they want to cancel. And that's what's going on with Drake right now. That's my sentiment on it. Anytime somebody raps like skibbity bop, boo bop, the bebop, the bow, we laughed about that back in the day. You let that would have been 1985 or 1990 and homeboy rapping like that. When you got people like Picture of Mike, the stage is empty. A beat like this might tempt me to cold show my rings and my fat gold chain and grab the mic like I'm on Soul Train, but I'll wait because I mastered this. Let the others go first so the brothers don't miss. Eric B. break the sticks because Rakim will begin when I make the mix. I experiment like a scientist. You want to rhyme, you got to sign my list because I'm a manifest. Come on now. If you would have rapped that skibbity bop, bebop, beat back then, no chance of getting nowhere with that. No chance. Now let me get back on topic because I forgot what I was talking about. Let's get back to New Orleans and Kendrick Lamar and Super Bowl and basically the security measures that they're putting into play right now. Because you already know what happened last month. We lost so many lives from the trucks and everything. And the trucks, I don't want to be sensitive in any one of my words, from that truck that took so many lives of people that were celebrating for New Year's Eve. And he's taken out of here, but we're trying to make sure that things like that don't happen anymore. So they're upping and really investing time and thought into how they're going to be protecting the city of New Orleans.
All right, believe it or not, Super Bowl festivities are already underway in New Orleans, 3 days and 40 minutes from kickoff at the Superdome. But remember, it was just over a month ago that the city saw a deadly terrorist attack about a mile away at one of its busiest attractions in the heart of Bourbon Street. A man, a former veteran, inspired by ISIS, rammed a pickup truck down a busy street early on New Year's Day, killing 14 people and injuring dozens more. Possible gaps in security were blamed for the attack, gaps that law enforcement officials say the NFL say will be addressed this weekend. Now, the city estimates that 100,000 people, including President Trump, will come into town for the game. News Nation's Xavier Walton is live for us in New Orleans tonight. Xavier, you got a firsthand look at the security efforts. It's pretty strict. It's pretty stiff.
Elizabeth, it is certainly stiff indeed. But let me set the scene for you. We're here on Canal Street. We're actually right in front of where the Kansas City Chiefs are staying. And before you can even get into the hotel, you've got this huge metal barrier, right? And then as you go around, we're going to kind of do a full 360 for you, or a 180. You've got local, state, and federal law enforcement. And before you even get into the French Quarter, you are met by this massive barricade that is stopping most traffic from getting inside. Now, I did actually speak with the special agent in charge from Homeland Security of the Super Bowl. We took a walk. He said this is personal for his team. He said they've been planning for years, so to speak, but that all changed about 5 weeks ago. He said people are responding well to all the increased police presence. Take a listen to what else he had to say.
They're hearing a lot of gratitude. They're hearing a lot of respect for the mission. I don't want people to feel concerned about this law enforcement presence. We're just here to give them some confidence that they're safe and secure, and that we're genuinely concerned about that. We want them to be safe and secure. We want them to feel at peace when they're here in the city.
I honestly feel that too. I think that they're really serious about it now. I ain't even gonna hold you. As soon as I saw that big barrier right there, and he went there and smacked that wall, I looked at it like they was being serious. And now they all out there like this, like, yeah, come on through here now. We're going to ride down on you. So I'm telling y'all right now, if y'all want to go enjoy yourselves in New Orleans, go ahead and do y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful out there, be safe, and I hope your team wins, even though I don't even know who's playing. But I still want everybody to be safe and enjoy themselves and look out for each other. Keep your head on the swivel. You know what I'm saying? If you see somebody acting up, y'all get at them. Don't let them act stupid. Hey, Popo, get him. There you go right there. Don't worry about being called a snitch. You might save a life or 14.
All right, so Elizabeth, we just crossed the street, right? And we're going to again do another 360. This is what it's like here on Canal Street. right now. Obviously, we are still days away from the Super Bowl, but just think about the police presence here. And when the president comes to town, there's only going to be more. I talked to the special agent about that. He told me he's been in constant contact with the president's people about when they get here. They're expecting 200 to 300 extra Secret Service. So if you think about it that way, that's going to be even more of a security presence. That special agent I talked to said this is arguably going to be the safest Super Bowl in American history, Elizabeth.
Wow, 200 extra Secret Service agents on top of all the local police officers there. Very tight security, and for good reason. Xavier Walton, thank you so much. All right, thanks so much for watching.
Yeah. See, that's the show of force I want to see. That's the show of force I want to see. And you know who I don't want to see out there? Ooh, y'all gonna get me for this. I don't want to see no DEI officers. I don't want to see no buzzsaw cuts. I want to see my boys out there like this. Come on, let's get it popping with them AKs. Like, come on around that corner acting crazy because y'all gonna get it. Yeah, boy. Come on, you gonna get it coming around that corner. That's what I'm talking about, a show of force. Let the people of the country feel safe and go ahead and have a fantastic Super Bowl. Y'all spend a lot of money, generate a lot of money for the state, and let everybody do their thing, man. Come on, let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. We got this other situation. Woo! This cosmetologist right here. Y'all know about those injections? Y'all ever see the girls? Me and my ex-wife, and she's an ex for a reason, we used to call them the 5,000. Bugatti, what's the 5,000? The 5,000 is the $5,000 you spend when you fly over to like one of these countries and you spend $5,000 to get the $5,000 butt job done. You know what I'm saying? The better your butt looks, we raise the price of it. And that's just the inside joke. So be like, oh, she must have got the 10,000. Oh wait, she got the 20,000. So the inside joke with us used to be so that nobody know, oh, she got that 5,000. So the really reason I'm telling y'all this is because people don't even know what they're being injected with. They don't know what people are putting into their bodies. There was a couple of situations where many people have passed due to this. I want to say it for all of the men that's on the platform, to the women. It looked nice at one point before your legs started looking like a lollipop. You know, like the blow pop stick. And then you got like a fist on top where it's like doesn't even match up. But at this point in the game, we don't even care about that. Please stop doing it. And we're going to just go with the BBLs right now. We're not going to talk about the lace fronts where you're looking like a old Shaolin monk. We ain't going to talk about that because that's where them lace fronts come from. Y'all go watch them old movies. Them old movies where they used to be like, damn you, son of a bitch. You killed my master. How dare you? You know, remember those movies? Go look at the hair on those masters. Yeah, those are lace fronts. Yeah, the same weaves that we see women wear now. And just so you guys know, we don't care about any of that stuff. We like the natural you. We wouldn't mind an afro, some naps. You know, a lot of dudes are gonna be like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna take homegirl over this one because, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna deal with that one. But I say this because sometimes, a lot of the times, when you go deal with people that don't have a license or that are not supposed to be given these injections, liposuction and stuff like that. I know y'all like my Fu Manchu rendition. I'm gonna keep doing that a little bit more since I reminded myself, I brought myself back into that character again. I'm gonna be doing that a little bit more. But the reason I'm saying this is because there was a lady that was given injections. And when I tell you this other lady's neck looked like a dartboard, there's nowhere in the world she could have even thought to go back to her, thought that this lady had a license, a practice. I'm talking about when you look under her neck, it looked like, I don't even know how to say it. Remember dots that used to be on the paper with all the candy? It used to be a piece of paper with nothing but candy dots on it. It looked like they took that sideways and put it on this lady's neck because they just was injecting and injecting and injecting. I mean, and what were they going for? Trying to take lines out of your neck? Look how bad they got this lady looking. That's why sometimes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Real talk. If you ain't really got some stuff that need to be taken care of, y'all, leave it alone. For real.
Fresh look she wanted. Instead, she ended up with blisters and swelling after 140 injections, and now that cosmetologist in Flushing is facing charges.
Yeah, prosecutors say that cosmetologist didn't have a proper business license to administer injections, and they are worried there could be more victims out there. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson.
Feynman tells me this was a longtime customer and denies giving her any injections, instead chalking this up to, quote, an allergic reaction. It seems pretty severe. Pictures which some may find disturbing.
Lot of mercy. Y'all see that? All right, now go ahead and get your screenshot in. I mean, like, you don't got to screenshot it, but what the blood clot? I mean, for real? What was she thinking? Yeah. Do me a favor, y'all, if y'all appreciate the content. I'm going to play the rest of it, and I want y'all to see what the cosmetologist has to say, because she actually said, oh, that's my customer, long time. Actually, one of those, we love you long time. Do me a favor, y'all. Double tap the screen if y'all appreciate the content. Your boy's up 6 o'clock in the morning. Keep on running it down. We ain't worried about the coffee over there, but we do want to get more than 16 likes to let people know what we got going on over here. I do feel like we got some good content going on this morning. We love to get the likes up to 880. This way, we don't have to ask anymore. And I really would appreciate that, you guys. Everybody under the sound of my voice, we have the power right now to send those likes up to 80. Really would appreciate that, y'all, if y'all appreciate the content. I am going to play the rest of that. So all you got to do, you double tap that screen to show your boy some love. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the love that's coming up on the bottom down here. Brittany, I'm glad you like my rendition. Just for you, while we're waiting for some more likes, I'll do some more. Damn you. Why the fuck? Can't you tap that 2 times? Just tap the screen. Come on. Give me some more likes. Please. Please give me more likes. It's like kind of like one of those memes when they be doing the crazy stuff like grabbing an apple. Good. Happy. Headphones. Y'all got me out here bugging right now. Well, yeah, let's go ahead, y'all. Let's see where we at with these likes. Double tap. Let's keep it going.
Show the 57-year-old's neck covered in what authorities say were itchy, painful blisters. This all started July 4th of last year at Princess Beauty on Union Street in Flushing, Queens. The alleged victim says she went for a skin plumping treatment, but claims men injected her neck about 140 times using needles filled with an unknown substance.
Skin plumping. What is skin plumping and why? And then you got injected with some stuff that you didn't even know what was being injected. And who goes to a place like this to get this stuff done? Like, you going up some steps in some random building to get some work like this done is crazy.
140 times using needles filled with an unknown substance. She was told it was Botox, collagen, and other treatments. The customer says she went back 2 more times in July and August to try and get some relief, but that made things only worse. Men allegedly administered more injections that authorities say left the client disfigured. I talked at length with Min, who speaks Mandarin, through Google Translate, during which she didn't seem a bit concerned about the charges, which include assault.
It's not injection. She is my old customer who has done facials and hydration here many times. She said her neck skin was also dehydrated.
All right, I want to ask one question. Why can't she speak English if she's got a license? Shouldn't the license be in English? I mean, come on now. Like, that's how I think you should be able to know if somebody's illegal. Do you know English? How many words you know? Because you can't even communicate. Don't they have some sort of a standard that they have to know, or say the president's last 5 presidents or something? If they can't say that in English, how could they possibly be legal here? So I just don't understand. Anybody else agree with me on that? Like, I don't understand. I really don't. What we got down here in these comments? We got Deport Elon, and we got Brittany said, this has too many red flags. Go away, Juber. Goober. Who's Goober? You got somebody in here named Goober? Because if it's me, you out of here. We don't play them games no more. Oh, I don't see nobody named Goober. You do that again, you out. I'm not playing no more. One more time with the games. I'm gonna go back to your name and you're gone. Oh, all right. Let's keep it going, y'all.
And asked me to give her a free hydration. I agreed. After the treatment, she left. I told her not to touch water and take a shower when she got home. But a week later, she told me that her face was fine, but her neck was allergic.
Do not take a shower. And she said she told her not to take a shower. How are you going to tell somebody not to wash their... Ain't nobody funky like you, lady. Talking about don't wash your butt.
Home. But a week later, she told me that her face...
She didn't seem a bit concerned about the charges, which include assault.
It's not injection. She is my old customer who has done facials and hydration here many times. She said her neck skin was also dehydrated and asked me to give her a free hydration. I agreed. After the treatment, she left. I told her not to touch water and take a shower when she got home. But a week later, she told me that her face was fine, but her neck was allergic.
Min did show me her cosmetology license, but the Queens District Attorney maintains she didn't have the licenses needed to give injections. Min tells me right now she is unemployed, that she only temporarily worked at this spot. She's due back in court April 9th. Kimberly Richard.
Oh, we see why you're unemployed, because you don't have the proper licensing. And again, you giving out injections in people's necks that you're not supposed to, man. You tripping. So look where you wind up at. So again, y'all got to be more, not even y'all, because I know y'all smarter than that. Y'all know y'all got the wherewithal to know better than to go to an apartment, because clearly that thing said 3H on the door. That's her crib. So she's doing this in the crib, and y'all pulling up on her, expecting to come out there looking like like a famous supermodel or something. She's doing it out the crib. Y'all don't ask for no license. Y'all don't want to see nobody else that she worked on before. Just, oh, you could do this to my neck to get this little line out of here. That's like that stupid commercial I was telling y'all about. You worry about taking care of one thing and you give yourself a slew of other issues. Crazy. McG, Vapid Broad got what she asked for. Scott Worley, there's laws that protects us from people like that. Yeah, but it might be too late though, Scott. What happens if that was something that got into her bloodstream and then she wouldn't have made it? That would have been crazy. Just like those BBLs, like Miss A Champion said. Exactly. Just like those BBLs. Real talk. Ad Victorium, not to touch water or eat after midnight. She's a gremlin. Yo, Ad, you wildin'. Ad Victorium said she told her not to touch water or eat after midnight. She must be a gremlin, right? All right, Joe, I see you. I'm already up off that. I see you. You wasn't talking about me. Yo, but you see what Ad said, Joe? Yo, check out what Ad said. He said that she must have been a gremlin. Yo, that's bananas right there, man. That's bananas. All right, y'all, let's keep it going. I see somebody in there saying pausing the video is not going to help, asking for likes or whatever like that. Every 5 minutes is whatever. We don't ask for likes when we do this. What we do is we come back to the comments so that we can build off of each other. That might be a new person. They were serious about what they said because they wrote in all caps. So we're going to give them some time on here. We don't neglect or negate anybody. But if that's the way that you feel, I have no problem with, let's say, paying attention to that. But I also have a problem with people watching the clips that I put together and not giving likes for it, because I'm not asking for no money. And if you got a problem with that, you can kick a rock for a block. You don't have to be here because you're still here watching the clips that I'm putting up. And all I'm asking you to do is something like that. If you got a problem with that, you can kick a rock for a block. Real talk. It's not like I'm begging. Real talk. So what we got going on over here? Woo! See how y'all be throwing me off? Y'all gotta chill. Y'all can't be, don't be throwing me off like that, because at the end of the day, you mess me up. But we got this other situation where I know you guys heard about ICE is coming down on people. They locking people up. They going to your workplace. They're coming into all different various jobs and cracking down and seeing if you have illegal migrants working there. Right now, we got situations where they're going into, all of the picking, where they're doing the picking and the farming at. They're going into construction sites, Home Depot, and all the common areas where they expect these people to be at. So this video I'm about to show you right now shows what's going on right now on the other side of that, which is something that we shed a light on a little bit yesterday, whereas people impersonating NSA staff and Homeland Security. So they're basically acting like they're ICE agents, pulling people over, arbories, SA, all type of stuff going on that has to do with that. You guys have to realize with Christmas, there's going to be a con. With religion, there's always going to be bad people that try to con you with all types of situations going on. Once there's something presented to the wrong sort of person, they're going to try to come up with a con to get benefit out of it. And right now we got a situation with people running around acting like ICE agents, if it's just to disrespect people, if it's just to gain access, if it's also to SA and do a lot of different things. But luckily a lot of them are getting arrested, and the police are now cracking down on people like this that are doing this. This one particular person was arrested, and he basically really disrespected this man. I don't think it was right the way that he did this in South Carolina. He basically took the guy's keys. He said a lot of disrespectful stuff about his language, about his pronunciation. That's one thing that I do not condone. You know, you're not the law enforcement or something like that. So stop fronting like you popo, because you wouldn't do that to somebody else. Do it to somebody that can defend themselves. Real talk.
As ICE agents carry out the sweeping immigration crackdown President Trump has ordered in cities across the country.
Where are you from? Mexico? You from Mexico?
A warning tonight from authorities about people impersonating those agents.
I'm going back to Mexico.
In a video shared widely on social media, a South Carolina man police have identified as Sean Michael Johnson is seen telling the Latino driver of this truck he's going to be sent back to Mexico.
No, you cannot drive, bro. You have not a license. No, you cannot.
At one point, taking the keys out of the ignition, dangling them in front of the driver, and mocking his accent.
That's one. I don't be speaking that pig Latin in my country, bro.
Johnson, who police say tried to report the driver for not having a license, was charged with kidnapping and impersonating a federal officer after the video circulated. Johnson could not be reached for comment.
We are very concerned that this will actually continue to grow and spread.
Juan Proaño is the CEO of the League of United Latin American Citizens, the U.S.'s largest Latino civil rights organization.
Vigilantism is not new in America, but the January 6 pardons have really emboldened right-wing extremists.
Over the weekend, Philadelphia police say 3 men wearing black t-shirts with ICE written on them impersonated federal officers to gain access to a resident hall at Temple University. Police only identifying one of them as 22-year-old Aiden Stiegelman. The Defender Association of Philadelphia, which is representing Stiegelman, declined to comment.
You can protect yourself first and foremost by not opening the door. You are not obligated to open the door of your private property, even if law enforcement essentially comes knocking.
Last week in North Carolina, another horrifying incident when police say this man, Carl Thomas Bennett, was arrested for allegedly impersonating a law enforcement officer and sexually assaulting a woman at a Motel 6, threatening to deport her if she didn't comply. Bennett's attorney did not return NBC's request for comment.
This is a really terrible time in our country. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this. The Latino community is just so resilient at the end of the day. And so there's no question in my mind that we will overcome these challenges.
The sad part about this is these are the stories that don't get told. These are the stories that people don't bring out, because a lot of times if they are illegal, they don't want to bring light to it because then they might get deported or might get in trouble. That's why we use the platform to actually give everybody, this is where we're going to be fair, give everybody the platform in order to see what's going on out there. Because this is not right. If you're not of that legal authority to be pulling people over and bothering them, you shouldn't do that. Oh, by the way, we had to get homie up out of here that thought that he was preaching to the choir. Do me a favor. I'm the only one that run my show. Don't tell me what to do over here. So now you can kick a rock for a block, and we're going to keep this going.
Short-term and long-term.
Priya Sridhar joins us tonight. Priya, you look at all these cases and you really can't believe it. Let's go back to that first one. What more do we know about the impersonator there in South Carolina?
That's right, Tom. Well, Johnson posted bail on Saturday, according to court records, and was released from custody. He's due back in court next month. And according to a local police chief in South Carolina who spoke to NBC News, he's not being charged with a hate crime. And that's because South Carolina is actually one of the few states in the country that doesn't have hate crime laws on the books.
Do you guys think that that should have been a hate crime? I really want to know what you feel about that, because, you know, sometimes people feel as if they put in certain laws, you know, then they went too far, like hate crimes and DEI laws and stuff like that. Some states don't honor them. What do you think about them making that like a hate crime in South Carolina? Do you consider what he did as being hate? I do consider it as being very unthoughtful. I do consider it as being disgusting and not definitely unethical. I don't know about the hate part. What do you guys think about that part? Yes, Miss A Champion said yes, that was a hate crime. Joe Madetto, I appreciate you. Go ahead and use that, bro. Kick a rock for a block. Take your time too. Let it be a little pebble so you can have some time to concentrate. I ain't talking about a big one. Let it be a pebble so you can be like this. Since you got time to concentrate on nonsense, kick a rock for a block. Yeah, that was a hate crime. Jared Pierce, feelings, beast mode. Not a hate crime. Joe Mateo, exactly. A pebble, not even a block, not even a rock, Joe. We ain't even gonna give them a rock. We're gonna give them a pebble so they can struggle. You got a lot of time on your hands. Go ahead and kick this rock and hurt your foot. Matter of fact, we give them a big one too. They can just go ahead and tear their toe up. And this is the follow-up on that, in the South Carolina situation with the individual that got arrested and got let right out. Now all of a sudden he's in court. He's got all of his papers. Your Honor, I apologize. I don't want any problems. Because now on the other side of that, now you got to be in front of a South Carolina judge. I don't think I want to be in front of no South Carolina judge. I'm not sure, but they might be. No, I'm not sure. I got to look into that. But I know a lot of those circuit judges, they don't play. And then sometimes if you get locked up in the area that they got a circuit judge, you got to wait for them to get there. So if it's the holiday, you might be sitting up for a dumb long time. Trust me. So yeah, this is what happened after the fact that they let him out. Well, when he was in court. This is him in court.
Thanks for joining us. First at 6, a Hughes man police say harassed Hispanic men in a now viral video is out of jail tonight. At one point in the video, the man appears to take the driver's keys so he couldn't leave. Emily Deanne was there this morning as Sean Michael Emmerich Johnson made his first.
All right, so I'm going to just say this. Found the lead story, did some homework to find the follow-up story, and I'll be asking for likes. Is that bad? A perfect example, I'm putting myself on the spot. 6 o'clock in the morning, 2 hours to do the thumbnail, and then an hour to make sure the stuff is together and gets 3 cents on my RPM here. 2 months I've been doing this. I made a whole $80 from YouTube. And I asked you guys to do 2 likes, and it's, oh my God, crazy shit, crazy.
Court appearance.
Sean Michael Emmerich Johnson faces a slew of charges, including felony kidnapping and impersonating an ICE officer. His family was in court and says he faces many mental health challenges.
And he has requested, he's told us that he needs help, and he has tried to get help, but he needs to continue with that therapy.
Johnson's family.
One thing I would say is he has a fantastic family because they're all behind him. And due to the fact of how heavy this bond is going to be, you know that they all have to get together and take care of this. So one thing I got to say is when these fools get in trouble, they be having all types of people that believe in them and that support that nonsense.
Family asked the judge to let their son out of jail so he could seek treatment. Sullivan Island police say Johnson turned himself in late Friday night. He is charged with felony kidnapping, impersonating a law enforcement officer, larceny, and third-degree assault and battery. The video went viral earlier this week after police say Johnson impersonated an ICE officer.
You got caught, Mo. Where you from? Mexico? You from Mexico? You're going back.
In court, the public defender said Johnson was extremely sorry for his actions.
I ain't gonna lie. I know y'all gonna kill me for this. That was kind of funny. I'm sorry. That was kind of funny. I'm sorry. Go ahead and get me, but that was kind of funny.
His family says they know he has mental health and alcohol issues and want to help him receive the treatment he needs.
He turned himself in, Your Honor, and I can guarantee he's not going to be a flight risk, and he's not a danger to the community.
Oh, he ain't gonna be a flight risk because he on your dime, and that's on your house. If he leave, that's gonna be the bounty hunter gonna come say, give me that deed to that crib. So you better not leave up out of there, boy.
He lives right down the road from me.
I'm mindful of his need for treatment, but I'm also mindful that the indicia of danger to others is certainly there by these 2 charges.
The judge said in an effort to help Johnson seek treatment, she would grant him bond. Johnson was given a $20,000 bond for kidnapping, a
$20,000 for kidnapping. It's gonna be like, watch how these numbers stack. Pay attention, y'all. Watch this. Watch these numbers stack.
Was given a $20,000 bond for kidnapping, a $10,000 bond for impersonating a law enforcement officer, a nearly $2,000 bond for assault, and a $500 bond for petty larceny. Johnson is expected to appear in court next on March 4th on Sullivan's Island.
Do you see? That was at least, I didn't do the math, but I heard 10, 5, 2. That was like 15,000. Then I heard another 2. No, it was 12,000. Then I heard 500. So that was like $12,500 just for doing something stupid like that. That's why I don't have no problem with it, and I find it funny because he's the one we're laughing at. We're laughing at this idiot who is now, you know how they always do, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Yeah, keep your eye on the sparrow, brother. And if you go in there, you better ask if they got the soap on a rope, because you look kind of frail. And the South Carolina boys be like, you gonna eat your cornbread? Who you talking to? You know he damn well gonna eat his cornbread. The hell you talking about? You damn right you gonna eat his cornbread. How about I eat your cornbread? Y'all know how them big boys be looking down south. They don't be small. These dudes do not be small. They be like, they be on some like, I had Rice Krispies for dinner. What you had? I had me some hog mogs and okra. Let me tell you something. I thought I could fight. I went down south one time. I went down there, called myself fighting. Man, that was the hardest fighting I ever did in my life. They'll fight, boy. Like, what the hell? They ain't got nothing else to do. My cousin, his name was Beat Man. Could you imagine? And that's when the time when Tommy Hearns was around, and they was calling him Beat Man. Man, you had to be nice down south, boy. You ain't going down south, South Carolina, to North Carolina, anywhere like that playing no games. You better have your hand skills up, and you better know how to play football. Because if you don't, they're going to teach you, or they're going to crack you up against the wall somewhere. You're going to be like, ugh. How about kill the man with the ball? You ever hear about that? Yeah. So, man, listen, y'all don't know nothing about no football. Kill the man with the ball. Just throw him the ball and everybody go after him. Check this out, y'all. I want to talk about something that's really important. This is Pete Hegseth. He's talking about his position as well as a lot of the deaths that happen and the identity amongst the DOD, the Department of whatever, the HNIC, right? I want to talk about this because it's important. There's a lot of things that they're no longer going to be celebrating and letting the soldiers celebrate. Black History Month, Pride Month, all of the DEI inclusion months, they're actually not letting the federal soldiers celebrate anymore. So there's going to be a lot of stuff shaking up at the federal level. And if you guys know what happens with that, it all trickles down. So when anything happens at the federal level, they trickle it down and they find ways to do it, i.e. taking that money if we fund anything. We don't give money to anything that we don't believe in, i.e. we're not funding it. So check this out. Pete Hegseth is talking about what's going on right now and what they're doing to implement these new measures with the military. Not just us, not us yet, but the military. This is what they're going to be doing.
I want to take you back to another developing story that we are following at this hour as we received a release from Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, who was sworn in just about a week ago. He now says in this news release that identity months are dead at the Department of Defense. I want to read this for you in full. Again, this is all that release coming in from Hegseth. He says, guidance from the Secretary of Defense. Our unity and purpose are instrumental to meeting the department's warfighting mission. Efforts to divide the force, to put one group ahead of another, erode camaraderie, and threaten mission execution. Going forward, DoD components and military departments will not use official resources to include man hours to host celebrations or events related to cultural awareness months, including National African American Black History Month, Women's History Month, Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, Pride Month, National Hispanic Heritage Month, National Disability Employment Awareness Month, and National American Indian Heritage Month. Service.
Like everything. So a question, I'm just going to put it out there to y'all. Are they going to stop celebrating George Washington's birthday? Are they going to stop celebrating, this person, whatever? I mean, if it's like that, let it be like that. Now I'm going there. I think that should be the question. If you're going to knock out everybody else stuff, knock out some of y'all recognitions too. What we got here? Scott Worley, Tar Heel, born and bred. I can attest. There you go. Joe DiMatteo, get our S back. That's right. Brittany said, oh my God, today's hilarious. Joe's dying laughing. Facts, missed out champion in my LIFE. Brittany said, fighting for your life down there. Joe Mateo, they're going to beat his A without the B.
Members and civilians remain permitted to attend these events in an unofficial capacity outside of duty hours. Installations, units, and offices are encouraged to celebrate the valor and success of military heroes of all races, genders, and backgrounds as we restore our warrior culture and ethos. We are proud of our warriors and their history, but we will focus on the character of their service instead of some characteristics. This guidance is effective immediately. Again, that is a statement here that was just posted on social media coming in from Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, who was sworn into office just weeks ago, one of the first to be confirmed by the Senate from President Trump's second administration. We know it was a deadlock last Friday night. You had it 50-50, and then Vice President J.D. Vance did cast that deciding vote, and the next day we covered live as Hegseth was sworn into office by Vice President Vance.
Yep. And this is what they're doing. I didn't hear anything about those months or those celebratorial times that I asked the question about. So, of course, like I always do and I promise, because it's already on the radar, I'm going to make sure to keep on researching and see where they go with this, because I want to know, you know, they were actually even saying that Aunt Jemima can go back on the box. Did y'all hear this? They were saying, why don't you just put Aunt Jemima back on the box? Because we don't, okay, this is, I'm talking about y'all. I know y'all had to hear at least something about that. They said put Aunt Jemima back on the box. Real talk. I'm not making this up. I'm gonna show y'all that too. I don't be making this stuff up. How do I know this stuff? I don't make it up. I can't make up some crazy stuff like that. But check this out. This is something else that I can't make up. From $1 million to $4 million worth of stolen Nike, New Balance, and other high-end clothing. This Chicago man was arrested by the sheriff. And he had a whole bunch of stuff. It made me think yesterday, yo, why am I doing this? I can just go get me a whole bunch of clothes and sell clothes. But then again, you got to realize the market isn't that good. And that's probably why he was stuck with so much stuff. When I'm telling y'all, yeah, he had a lot of stuff. How about 100,000 boxes of some Air Forces? Or like 4,000 boxes of Jordans, retro Jordans. How about 2,000 boxes of Reeboks? Yeah, $4 million worth of product that they got off this guy in Chicago. And they said it wasn't stolen. All of this stuff was authenticated by all of the companies. Like they reached out when they found all of the stolen product. They reached out to the companies to ask them if any of the stuff was like fake. They were like, yo, all that stuff is real.
Call it a high-top heist. More than $1 million in stolen sneakers found in a Chicago warehouse.
Our Nate Rogers is live with the stash, and that includes Air Jordans. Nate.
Yeah, that's right, Scott and Don. Air Jordans for sure. As you just mentioned, this was no ordinary heist. Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart calling this, quote, a widely sophisticated, organized operation. As you just mentioned, more than $1 million in merchandise. Take a look.
We got Nike involved and New Balance, and they were able to do their analysis of it. And this is all legit. There's no knockoffs. This is all real stuff. And as they say, wildly expensive stuff.
This is 26-year-old Eric Luciano Bautista, now facing felony theft charges. And here's all of the alleged stolen merchandise, including thousands of pairs of retro Jordan 3s.
Thousands of pairs. Look. 3.5, 6.5, 4s, 5. I mean, this is how they send them from the company. This is the shipment right here. Where the hell did he get all this stuff from, y'all? Where did he get this? And he's 26 years old. What are we doing wrong?
And 12, also New Balance gym shoes. The Cook County Sheriff's crime investigators executed a search warrant at a warehouse located at 15th and Western this past Friday. That's when the shoes were recovered. The Sheriff's Office says Luciano Bautista was not an authorized seller. Cook County's crime unit has recovered over $4.5 million in stolen merchandise over the last...
I told you, y'all was like, oh, they said 1 million. I said 1. That's why I said 1 to 4 million. But they said they found $4 million in merchandise. And some of this stuff I never even seen before. Anybody ever see the North Face Gucci orange Gore-Tex? Yo, this is crazy right here. Anybody ever see these before? Those are fire. I don't even wear Gore-Tex, but them joints is fire right there. They got I don't know, what are those, the Revolt or something like that? I don't know what those are with the flash and the bolts on them. So they had mad different brands. They got Dunks back there. I see those Dunks. I see some Barclays. I see some What are those? Jordan highs, retros. Look at this. Oh man, homie had the stizash.
Last 9 months. Earlier today, via Zoom, Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart would not disclose where exactly the shoes were stolen from, but he was forthcoming in sharing their store value
Sal.
and even their street
Air Force
value.
Ones.
Exactly where this was going to go. A lot of the stuff goes online at times. Other times there's an attempt to resell it at different locations. So we're not 100% sure what the end game was here, but I can tell you that this was all legitimate product that was destined for a store that these folks got and were, as I said, going to be selling $1 million worth of this stuff. And if you go online, I mean, like a lot of the New Balance stuff that we got, those shoes are sold out anywhere. So the only way you can go is to try to get them online somewhere.
Yo, where you get them Yeezys from? Y'all see them Yeezys back there? Yo, hold on a minute. Like, I haven't seen these joints yet. Those, he got the whole Yeezy section right here. Look, y'all. And all of these are like, they out. They don't even have these no more. All of these are like collections.
Those shoes are sold out anywhere. So the only way you can go is to try to get them online somewhere. And some of them, individual pair of shoes are going for $2,500.
So you add that with the amount that he have, and that's crazy. So again, do me a favor, y'all. I know people talking about me asking for the likes. Double tap that, because y'all would have never found out about what was going on with that and found such an enlightening story. So all I ask you guys to do is do me a favor, double tap that screen to show your boy that you appreciate the content, because we about to get into some more stuff that you really gonna like with President Trump.
Sheriff Tom Dart also saying Lieutenant Bautista did not act alone. It's believed that multiple people were involved in this. Over the weekend, Lieutenant Bautista did appear before a judge at 26 in California and was released from custody pending trial. Of course, we'll continue to follow the story and keep you updated on air and online. Reporting live downtown, Nate Rogers, Fox 32 Chicago.
And I like the way that we all pay attention. I'm going to see if y'all caught the last jewel in what he just said that was crazy. I'm talking about, Nate just said something that was so crazy that I can't even believe it. Did y'all hear what he said at the end of it? I'm going to try to walk up to the screen and see if y'all caught what he said, because I can't see that good from far. He said, yes, those was the throwback Yeezys. And one pissed off veteran said wrong. I don't know what I'm wrong about, but please tell me what I'm wrong about. What I was talking about, what Nate said was he got released. Didn't say anything about bail. Didn't say nothing about charges or anything like that. But he got to come back to court. So this is how that's going to happen. Let us get this. And yes, it's going to go right back to Nike or whatever like that. But if that stuff was bought by a store and that was like maybe the shipments were altered to go to this guy, somebody actually paid for that stuff. They probably got the insurance money back for it already. But I think that stuff may go back to Nike and like Reebok and the various companies in order to redistribute or probably even throw it or burn it up or throw it away. Yeah, but Junior TX, you know what I'm talking about. You saw the throwback Yeezys back there. I know you saw it. You saw it. A lot of people pay attention over here. A lot of people do. Check this situation out. Have you been paying attention to what's going on with LA since the wildfires? Because we want to keep that ball in the air too. We want to let those people know that we still care about them, and we want to keep on understanding and updating the progress of what's going on out there. Even if it's little stuff, because right now they're stuck between if they're going to let them clean their properties up in order to get the redevelopment going on. But they have a lot of stuff that they're talking about. We got to make sure that it's ecologically friendly before you go back there, because we don't want you getting sick from all of that. That's a couple of issues that we also know about, the details about what's going on with Los Angeles right now. But we also know that President Trump and Newsom, which they call Newscum, don't really get along too well. And being the fact that they don't get along too well, there's a lot of sideline banter going on, and a lot of people actually know about what's going on. Hopefully, their personal feelings and their personal gripes don't get into the middle of what they really have to do. So right now, there's a true ally that kind of reveals how President Trump really feels about Gavin Newsom. Check this out. Because that's basically the name that he made for him. Newscom.
met with President Trump at the White House. He wants federal money for the devastating LA fires. Real estate investor Grant Cardone with me now. You want...
Last thing I'm going to say, remember how I said, if you want something from the Fed and you're a sanctuary city, you must comply if you want to get by, if you want to get high. You must comply if you want to get by. Remember I said that. And right now, Gavin Newsom is asking for money from the Fed, right? So what does that mean? Open the door for Tom Homan to come get them illegal criminal migrants up out of that state, or you're not getting a thin dime.
Any aid given to California to come with strings. What strings?
Well, there should be strings, and Newsom
I don't like that. I don't like that.
President Trump likes it, so
you're blushing.
He's saying that for a reason, though, because he doesn't respect him. He also didn't have him at the mayor's meeting. He met him at his plane, then didn't bring him to the mayor's meeting. Nobody noticed that, but he didn't bring him there. And last night's 30-minute meeting, I think, was 90 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I believe that President Trump will ask for certainly voter ID.
Really?
I think he eliminates. I hope he asks for the elimination of sanctuary cities.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to talk about the Coastal Commission. The Coastal Commission is responsible for these fires. Okay, now this is a 50-year legacy institution that has protected that coast for years. If you've ever tried to build there, I have a home on Carbon Beach that got burnt down. 18 of my neighbors got burnt down. And had that coastline been developed, it would be concrete, steel, and glass, and it would not have burned.
Okay.
This is a preventable event.
You're suggesting that the president make political demands of California
before you get release the federal
money.
I mean, they're not going to need. They're going to need $250 billion. Okay, everybody's underestimating how much.
And we know Trump. Like we said, he always, I'm going to give you this, but you got to give me that. And he's negotiating for who when it comes down to that. If you think about it, who is the president negotiating for right now if he works for us? He's negotiating for us, right? What we have to do as citizens, make sure that he's doing what we want him to do. And I'm not pulling no punches on nobody because, again, with great power comes great responsibility, and anybody can slip up. So continue to scrutinize, and you guys continue to be the way that you are, and make sure that you're making sure that he's giving, doing what he said he's going to do. Ad Victoriam said Trump isn't playing. Pam Bondi already filing lawsuits against mayors and governors. Good, Ad Victoriam. I saw that yesterday. I definitely did. Definitely saw that yesterday. Arias Grizzly Bears. I promise you, he's in his mother's basements. Who? Rena Brown. Yes, we do. He doesn't care about your economy. Bowles said that. What else we got? We got Junior. Them those throwback Yeezys. Okay, we don't got too much on this topic. Let's finish this up so we can keep it going, y'all.
Money's going to be spent there. I'd also suggest that the president would say, let the owners of the homes that can and are willing to remove debris start today.
And they're not allowed to do that at the moment?
No, because the environmentalists are going to come in. You're going to talk about these people later, but they're going to come in and worry about my safety. Okay, look, I want to remove my debris. Right. Let me take care of my safety. Get out of my business. Let me do my thing. I want to remove my debris, and I want to start rebuilding my home.
I mean, this is a power play by Trump. I mean, he can make those demands.
Should be. Greenland. Canada, Panama,
California,
why not? Look, if you're going to have the leverage and you have the wallet, if it's going to take $250 billion of taxpayer money, he should absolutely 100% part of the deal get something from the negotiations.
Is he going to get $250 billion? I doubt it.
This was me.
I don't doubt it. I think that if California needs that money, and everybody will agree with me, if they actually really need $250 billion, they need to get it. There should be no question if they should get that money. And if we can throw billions and give Ukraine money for war for the last 4 years, give Afghanistan money, give away all types of billions of dollars for transgender and all sorts of DEI inclusion programs in other countries that we don't benefit from, give California that money. Real talk. You know why? Because those insurance companies are not going to be able to pay all of that money by themselves. And Californians deserve to have their homes back. And that's how we get down over here. We ain't playing with that. Give California that bread. Stop playing with that money. And he said he's going to give it to them. So that's one thing that we're going to keep on them too. What you said about that California money. We rock with you. But get that money over to California. All these deals that you're doing. I see you did that $500 billion deal with the Indians last month. You did this other deal. You mind scraping that and giving that to California? We need the head off the beer. We need that. Everybody under the sound of my voice, if y'all understand and y'all really agree with me, we think that California needs to get that $250 billion. I think the budget needs to remain open until it's done the right way, not even $250 billion. Till everything is taken care of the correct way and people get back in their homes, not just the rich and the elite that had the money, but also the hardworking people that were in other areas, because we know that everybody wasn't a famous star or celebrity that had a home. Yeah, we want those people to get their homes back. And we pray that that actually happens because we're serious about that. Just like the Secret Service is serious. Like when some fool dressed in all black with a hoodie tried to jump over the gate at jump over the gate. I think it was at the White House after saying F it. Yeah, Secret Service ran down on him and got him out of there. We're gonna run down on this quick because this is like a little funny real quick. I just wanted you guys to see this because it was it's funny to me, but I do want you guys to see this. Now I gotta read part of it, but I want you guys to see that there's a guy that's dressed in all black and he's right in front of the White House, right? Dressed in all black. Secret Service swarm a man stuck climbing security fence outside of the White House. Check this out. Bro, what do you have weather right now? I gotta get it. I hate to do this, but do me a favor. I know y'all want to see the rest, but I'm gonna ask for those likes because we only have 47 right now. We already deep into the show. We got 216 people in the building. I'm gonna ask that we double tap that screen to get those likes to at least up to 80. Really would appreciate that, you guys. We got 267 in the building. Got no problem with showing the rest of this video, plus what we got coming up. Just gonna ask you guys to please. I know it's been real hard this week to get those numbers up to 80, y'all. It's been real hard. But double tap that screen. Go ahead and get those numbers up because I've been rocking. We got 51. Let's get it up, y'all. Come on, double tap the screen. Let's double tap. Let's double tap. We got 51 likes so far. We got 239 people in the building. Come on, y'all. Y'all can do better than this right here. Y'all better than this. Look at these numbers up here. Look at these numbers. We got 52 likes and we got 209 people in the building. Can we get those numbers up to 80? Can we get those numbers up to 80? All we got to do is double tap that screen. Double tap the screen, please. If you appreciate the content, let's get it going. Thank you. Bro, watch the dogs come out. I'm going to stop it again, too, because I'm paying attention. I know you guys ain't doing it. I'm going to need y'all to double tap. Double tap. Where we at? Thought it was a game. That's why I'm saying y'all could bounce. I don't got no problem with you leaving. Remember that. Bugatti has no problem with you kicking a rock for a block because you ain't playing the game fair. I need those likes to go up. Double tap the screen. Double tap. Dude.
Is he stuck?
Yeah. He got the spike up his butt.
Oh, yeah. Look at the dogs. Boy, did we get here in the right spot. Tackle this mother. Oh, you rested now.
Oh my God.
Talk about police response. You heard that click? That click? Y'all remember, y'all already know what's about to happen. There's a 3 motion that's about to happen right here. First is stand you up, hands behind your back, right? And then it's watch your head. And then you in there like this looking stupid. Looking like a fool. Going to the precinct, trying to show off. That's where he going right now.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, guys, this area is going to be closed. Start rolling either way.
Thank you. Thank you. Come on, you guys. Thank you.
So we got a lot of people pushing back, a lot of people fighting back, a lot of people demonstrating, wanting to get their point across. And I guess that was his way of doing it. You know, he got arrested. I'm sure they probably not going to give them so much time, but now it's federal because you're doing that on federal property, which is not the smartest and the brightest of ideas for you to be doing. So yeah, we also got this other situation where this suspect was arrested in New York. And this is something pretty big because he's a high profile burglar and he was the one that was helping those NFL guys. Remember how the NFL guys kept on getting their houses broken into? We showed that story yesterday where all of the players, they were getting their jewelry stolen, and they're like, why is this happening? Every time we go to a game, how they know how to get into our places? Well, guess what? Yesterday in the Diamond District in New York City, they found one of the major ringleaders that was buying that jewelry and selling it like overseas in another country. That's basically how it was going down. So they were basically scoping these homes out of these various people, sending people in there, and they were buying stuff cheaper, sending it to another country and selling it. So they finally cracked down and found some inside information yesterday, and they arrested a bunch of the jewelers, well, 2 of them yesterday in the Diamond District on 47th Street, and they are charging him with being a part of this situation that had to do with the robberies of the NFL players.
Here in New York, a potential break in the case of those recent burglaries at the lavish homes of top athletes. Laura Jarrett is here. Laura, what just happened? This big bust.
Lester, the historic Diamond District, just blocks from here, the site of a federal raid today, as authorities have now arrested at least 2 men in connection with those brazen thefts of homes belonging to pro athletes and other wealthy individuals. Now, federal prosecutors accuse these men, including the one you see being led away by the FBI there, of buying watches, jewelry, and other luxury goods that they knew were stolen and then reselling them, working closely with an alleged South American crime ring. 3 sources familiar with the matter say investigators are looking into whether one of those targets was Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow, who's...
So I don't know if you guys remember, but Joe actually came out and he said he felt like he was like just straight up disrespected. His home was broken into. Like I had my crib broken into before, and I tell you, it's not a good feeling because it feels like you've been like just straight up disrespected. Somebody's come in your place and just ramsacked all through your stuff, and it just doesn't feel the same anymore. So no matter how beautiful that home might be right there, I'm sure it doesn't feel the same way that it did before his house got broken into. And then now you're nervous about going out again, and then you're nervous if other teams are going to have the same thing to worry about. So this is a good thing that this happened. I know a lot of people say, whatever, they're rich, they can do whatever, but still they're human beings. And what sucks about it is this guy trained to get rich. They work to get rich. How come when people get rich, people want to beat them up for it? They don't have any understanding of what it takes you to get there. So just because you're reaping the rewards of all of your work, isn't that what all of us want anyway? So yeah, this is something that's pretty bad, and I'm glad that they found those people that did these break-ins, because these guys, when they football players, they make a lot of money, but just like to be robbing somebody and go in their crib, like I said, I know how it feels personally.
3 sources familiar with the matter say investigators are looking into whether one of those targets was Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow, whose home was burglarized last December, Lester.
All right, Laura, thanks very much. Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news.
Oh, yep, that's right. Stay updated about breaking news here on The Bottom Line, y'all. We got one more going down. What we got going down right now is this that I had to bring you guys. This is ICE right now. And this is what I'm trying to tell you guys about how they're making like these specific arrests. They're coming into your schools when you drop the kids off. If you're an illegal migrant, they're going to take you, and then the kid's going to go another different situation. And then if you're going to try to get your license, because in some sanctuary cities, yes, you can get a license because you might be working. And if you're going to do something like Home Depot, chilling out in the parking lots and things like that, nowadays they're swooping them up. So they're not, there's a lot of areas, job sites, construction sites, they're going everywhere now. Even when you're in court, they're pulling up. Case in point, this gentleman right here was in court, and he got a surprise meeting and a surprise phone call from ICE, which forced them to have to keep him, and he's going to be deported. ICE makes surprising arrest of immigrant in Utah at a courthouse. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
ChatGPT can now create website.
Gotta read this for y'all.
With our new custom GPT, we guide you through the process.
Yeah, ICE makes a surprising arrest. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers took a man into custody after hearing where charges were against him. The judge gave the Salt Lake Tribune permission to publish the video of the hearing.
After you talk with the attorney and decide how you want to handle this case today, I'm going to have to take you into.
This how it happens, y'all. He just went to court for maybe like
After you talk
ticket.
with the attorney and decide how you want to handle this case today, I'm going to have to take you into custody because ICE has given an order that we're supposed to take you into custody.
So that's the ICE agents right there. Well, that's the court officers, but right
So I'm
now,
ordering
since he's
you
in
not
court,
to leave the
they're taking him.
courthouse. But I do want to at least give you the benefit of talking through your options with an attorney. I personally feel bad that we're going to have to take you into custody. That isn't my choice or decision, but it's something under federal law that I'm going to have to follow.
Las leyes federales requieren que cuando se emitió la orden de arresto en su contra, cuando usted falló en presentarse el 30 de diciembre, Inmigración y Aduanas quiere detenerle.
And I want to at least give you the chance to resolve this case today, if it can be resolved, so that it doesn't result in any future warrants or problems. Well, don't thank me. I am sad. 3 states.
So basically, he went like for a traffic ticket. So he had to go to traffic court. It could have been something very small, like a civil case. But the fact of the matter is, his name came up. It's basically, they ran him. And he came up as basically not having his paperwork correct. Could be a sanctuary city. Could be a whole bunch of different reasons why they took him into custody. But they just explained it. They put a hold on him. It's going to be a lot of that going on. A lot of different places. So you guys good with that? Just to give you some ideas of what's happening out here. And like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So till tomorrow, because yes, like somebody asked me, we do this every day. So till tomorrow, y'all already know what it is. Y'all could have went anywhere. But like I said, the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, till tomorrow, y'all already know what it is. Get 'em!